Workers dragged a sick pig to an abandoned graveyard, planning to dig a deep pit to bury it, but unexpectedly, the excavator unearthed a wooden coffin, and beneath the coffin was a dark black hole. David said the place was unlucky and warned that they would need to pay extra if they kept digging. Faced with David's sudden demand for more money, Jack stayed calm and didn't say a word. He casually threw a few $1,000s at David and told him to get the coffin out quickly. As soon as the coffin was lifted into the air, white sticky liquid started dripping from it. David leaned in to see what it was when suddenly he heard a crack sound. A venomous snake popped its head out. Almost immediately, the decayed coffin began to fall apart, and hundreds of snakes poured out. Seeing that David was about to be bitten to death, Jack quickly grabbed a dead pig and threw it into the grave pit. The smell of the pig's blood instantly drew the snake's attention, allowing David to narrowly escape. But strangely, the snakes didn't eat the pig. Instead, they all slithered into the nearby hole. At that moment, David realized that these people weren't here to bury a pig at all. They were trying to use it to lure a python. He immediately used this as an excuse to demand another $20,000 from Jack, threatening to call the police otherwise. David's demand infuriated Jack. Jack grabbed a knife and slit David's throat in one swift motion. The scent of David's blood finally drew the python out. The massive snake quickly crawled out of the hole and took an aggressive stance toward David. It opened its massive jaws and slammed David through the air, then coiled its body around him and dragged him back toward the hole. Another worker saw this and quickly started the excavator, trying to use the shovel to cut the python and save David. But the snake's skin was only valuable if it stayed intact. Carl immediately climbed onto the excavator, pulled out a knife, and killed the worker in a few swings. He then quickly shut the window and proudly watched as the python continued to attack David. However, the python didn't follow Carl's plan at all. It turned and started crawling up the excavator. It wrapped around the machine and slammed into the window, shattering the glass. Just as Carl was about to be swallowed, Jack grabbed the snake's tail and pulled it down from the excavator. The python whipped around and lunged at Jack. He dodged, flipped onto the snake's body, and slammed a sledgehammer onto its head. In the end, he successfully captured the giant python. After they skinned the snake and drove away, another two-headed giant python crawled out of the grave pit. Want to know what happens next? Follow me so you don't miss the update.